It's tournament time, and this March, Fanatic Sportsbook has 10 times the rewards. Starting round 1, we're giving you 10 profit boosts every single tournament game day. That's over 100 chances to level up your winnings. Plus, you'll earn fan cash on your bets, which you can use on anything at Fanatics. We're talking team gear, tickets, collectibles, and a whole lot more at Fanatic Sportsbook.
Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. CT, call 888-789-7777. MA, call 800-327-5050. NY, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app.
At Nature's Bounty, the belief is simple. You already have a brilliant body. Supplements just help support your journey. For over 50 years, Nature's Bounty has offered vitamins and supplements to help you eat, sleep, thrive, repeat. From magnesium glycinate for heart and muscle support to hair growth capsules for fuller, thicker hair. And probiotics with 20 billion live cultures for digestion. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature to thrive. Learn more at naturesbounty.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Adobe Radio. The future of alternative.
Greetings, Mood Killers. It's Eddie here, along with Belonius Francine Marconi. I know that he's the only one that's allowed to introduce himself that way.
That's not
Nobody
true.
can say. Oh,
Yeah,
really? Does anybody else call you Belonius Francine Marconi, or
it's
like
really
when you're in
weird
trouble?
because
Does your mother call you that?
No, yeah, my mom yells at me.
Yeah.
No, but you know how like on radio,
Yeah.
like you've probably gone on the radio as just Eddie. Some places, you've been Eddie Barella, all that kind of stuff. But like, I was always Marconi, and people would always think, "Oh, your name's Mark," not knowing that Marconi is an Italian last name, all that kind of stuff. And like in Chicago, everyone, they call you Mark. So I started saying Belonius Francine Marconi, and then people in Chicago would come up to me and go, "Hey, Belonius Francine Marconi."
Yeah.
And I was like,
because
what?
Chicago's a smart radio market with the listeners there, I think, are a little more intelligent than other places that we've been on the air. Like when Mood Killers was on in a particular market during syndication, those listeners were a little slow compared to like the Chicago rock listener. I think for whatever reason it seems to be a bit more sophisticated. I don't know why that is.
I think something about because they're commuting longer.
Yeah.
So they have more time to spend with you. So maybe they pay attention a little closer. And if you say it, I try to not say it every time I go on, because it's sort of like one of those things where like whenever I feel it, oh yeah, I do it on Adobe too, just as a goof. Yeah. But it's always been a goof. And some of my coworkers used to call me Francine back in the day.
Yeah.
So, which I liked. I liked Francine. It was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I thought we'd start this week with going into the mailbag. That's what we call it.
Oh,
the old mailbag. Listener questions. You have them. We have answers. Moodkillers@AOL.com is our email address.
Ask Mood Killers.
Mood Killers.
It's just weird because I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
It's just weird that you're like starting the show with this, because just last week you said,
I'll never do this again. I did.
I guess,
Yeah.
you probably forgot.
Well, the thing is, I do forget the show immediately when we stop recording. I have no idea what we did. Every single week.
Is that good or bad?
I think it's just. I think it's a good thing, because I think that's what is going on is that when we're doing the show, I am in the moment with it, and I'm not really thinking about too many other things. And I think that that's important to have occasionally. But the problem with that is I don't retain. It's almost like, meditation. You lose time if you meditate for 15 minutes,
Right.
Mood Killers. This is from Kevin in Tampa. Why do I keep getting ghosted after the first date?
Oh, man.
That's a tough one.
That happens a lot. I think just people have different things in mind when they're on a dating app or whatever it is. That, I'm not saying that Kevin was on one, but I'm guessing that's how most people meet these days. And maybe sometimes, and I don't blame anyone for going on any kind of date if they just want food and maybe conversation with another human.
You got to eat, right?
And maybe they didn't. Yeah, and maybe it just didn't take, like whatever. And no woman or no man, nobody that's on a date owes anyone anything just for going on a date.
Right.
You don't even owe them a callback or anything.
You don't even need to show up if you really don't feel like it, and you don't even have to give them an explanation. So you're lucky that you're lucky that they even showed up, Kevin. So
right, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know,
yeah.
This one is from Rachel in Brooklyn. My boyfriend won't post me on social media. He avoids posting pictures where we are both in them. Am I overthinking this?
No, a lot of people do this, and like for me, doing radio and being a big loudmouth on radio, I never want to embarrass people that I'm with.
Yeah, no.
And by that I mean when social media started coming around, I started being very cautious because sometimes I would let people in and see, and then the first thing would be like some guy would say some lewd comment about my girlfriend, and I didn't like that, and she didn't like that. And then you get to the point where you're like, well, maybe I'm just not going to show anything. So then I got to that point.
I mean, that's right. I don't log into any of my personal accounts. I don't post anything. I've checked out of social media personally. I get it for a business. As a business with Adobe, we'll use it, and I see the power in it. It's great. It's fine. But like, I decided that I am not a public figure, and I don't want to be like, for example, Fish here at Adobe, he's very much a public figure, and he needs to be posting on social media all the time. Oh, he's hanging out with the Savannah Bananas. 50 likes.
I saw that video on Instagram. It's a pretty funny video, but I know what you mean. Yeah,
I don't need that life.
But yeah, because I said, Eddie, are you going to go on Instagram? And he said,
I'll never do this again. Never.
Yeah. And that was the last
part of my
time.
problem with social media too is I feel pressured to always be coming up with great content.
Right.
And I have enough to do. I don't need to be giving myself more work all the time, you know?
Eddie Barella, you are now a CEO of Adobe Radio. You're not just some employee of some company. You're the big boss. So
I got too much to do. Do you
Yeah.
see?
But I will say
does
this.
Tim Cook post on his personal account all the time?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
You know, does the guy from ChatGPT post? I always see him in like press conferences, though.
Yeah.
Do you have to start
That's
doing
what
that?
I'll do. I'll hold a press conference once a month instead of posting on social media. This one is
People start asking questions, and Eddie goes,
"Shut up, all of you, shut up."
And then we're like, wait, maybe you shouldn't do this anymore.
This is from Tony in Jersey City. Tony says, "Is it weird that I put jokes in every Venmo memo? My friends are getting sick of it, but I think it offers a bit of levity."
Why would they get sick of it? They're getting money.
Yeah, but
You know, like, and I guess the only thing I can think of they being sick of it is if they're not getting money and they're just looking at it for social reasons, which still we've both decided that's pretty weird that Venmo is social.
What is the smallest amount you can Venmo somebody? Because like, what if you just send somebody $1 and a joke, just like for fun?
Send them $5.
Here's $1 and a joke.
Have you ever sent somebody $5 for? I should send Eddie Venmo because sometimes I'll send him the weirdest texts, and I don't know what I'm even thinking. I'll see a picture of Ryan Seacrest on TV.
I love that stuff. Never stop doing that. Just I sometimes don't reply right away, but I'll see it.
I never expect
when I'm in the
anything.
middle of something, I'll laugh, and then I'll remember, I didn't react to that, so I better let him know that I enjoyed this picture.
But I
of
don't.
Ryan Seacrest.
That's the thing is I'm not worried about. I don't think he hates it. I just think like, maybe I'm just bugging.
No. Well, it's never a bother. It's funny to me, and I need to do a better job at replying.
No, it's kind of like social media. You're too busy.
Well, I think you did this for not scrolling. There's that woman on TikTok, and she talks about how she gets overwhelmed sometimes when she gets a lot of texts, and she would like to reply, but she just like physically can't. I get like that a lot.
Or sometimes I do that too. Like I'll even think that I replied to someone, but then I didn't. Like my mom will email me, and I know like I got to email my mom back. I can't just ignore that. Yeah. So Eddie gets an email from his family, and he's like,
"I'll never do this again."
Yeah. You'll never.
Yeah, exactly. Mood Killers is celebrating my birthday week too much. That's from Haley in Scottsdale.
I do that kind of because my birthday's around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I just pretend like Thanksgiving is, part of my birthday celebration. Right. And I'll go and get like Portillo's chocolate cake, a hot dog. Sure. I'll order some cheese fries from somewhere. I'll get several different fast food orders because I never eat fast food. So my birthday is the time when I do it.
Yeah.
That once a year.
Right.
So I'll get one of those giant cake shakes, and I go full ham.
Good.
On birthday. And I kind of, because I don't want to do that all in the same day. So you got to take, one day is Portillo's, another day is another fast food place. And then maybe you get like Chinese from somewhere else or a Thai food. Mm-hmm. And then you got to get pizza.
Right. I agree. Celebrate your birthday week. It's fair game.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Celebrate your birthday. Do you do yours for a long time
Well, I
too?
think, the way my excuse is that you try to make maybe some plans with friends, but maybe one can only hang out on a Tuesday, the other can hang out on a Saturday.
Right.
And they want to celebrate your birthday, so you allow that. And then you're extending your birthday.
Yeah. Especially if they're buying drinks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. We haven't done this in a while, Eddie. And I really want to address this because one time Eddie said to me,
"What if I was a tortilla?"
No, that's a different show. What are you doing? No, it's no. But I do like that you think about things like that. No, there's always a dough ball. There's always a query that you have in your mind, like, "Wow, is this real?" So I have. Did you know we haven't done this in a while? Some things you may not have known.
Yes. We're dusting off all the classics this week.
I know. Well, we had.
Do you have the production for Did You Know? Because I always like that. With
you know what?
Remember, you had the.
I don't have it with me. Let's see if I can find it.
Okay, I might have it in my archive.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
See, we had. Did you know? I know I have it somewhere. Let's see. Oh,
I guess I don't have it.
Bench. Oh, bench. Here we go. Here we go. Now we got it.
Yeah. Because this makes it. There we go. Thank you.
Eddie,
I don't know why, but that really makes the segment. Yeah, go ahead.
It really does. And honestly, I was
we
thinking
can't
that,
do Did You Know without Seal? Seal's always here with us.
I started thinking that too. I was like, wait, I didn't even grab the thing because I was going to produce something else for it today, but I didn't. I ran out of time.
No,
so
then
you
don't have to. It's already done.
We already have Seal. All right. Did you know the longest surgery ever recorded was performed in 2001 by a team of 20 doctors. This is way before the pit. It took 103 hours to complete, which is, I guess, 4 days. They were separating 11-month-old twins who were conjoined at the head, and the surgery was a success. And I was thinking about that when I read this. Like, when's the last time you heard about conjoined twins?
Does that not happen anymore?
I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's been eradicated. Maybe I'm wrong, but
maybe there's better nutrition now, or I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know.
I'm sure. I bet it happens. Just like maybe they don't. Maybe it was just like a fad to show it on the news all the time at one point.
Like at one time, it was the news algorithm. Hey, if we show conjoined twins, it really boosts the ratings.
Because they always showed them on like 2020 with Barbara Walters and like Dateline before they went all true crime. It was like always about conjoined twins, and you'd see these shocking images of people conjoined at the head, and they live a regular life. And
one of them's married, and then the other one just has to live with them, and like
what a nightmare.
Whenever there's intimacy, the other one just dangles off the side of the bed or something like that.
Yes.
What a life!
I don't blame the conjoined people, but who I really have to the side eye is the person who decided to be romantically involved with conjoined twins. Like that's interesting. That's an interesting choice.
It takes a lot. I mean, you really would have to be in love with that person, I guess. And then
or just like into some really freaky stuff.
But what if? Okay, but what if you were into the conjoined twin, and the other twin that you weren't dating hated you? And just like
that's a possibility.
You'd have to get approval from both before it could work, probably. especially if
How
you
does
want to
that
get
work
married.
legally for marriage? Is that one marriage certificate, or do you have to marry both of them? Or
Yeah, I don't think you can marry two people, but maybe it's maybe if they're conjoined, then it. I don't know.
Maybe they have one birth. I guess they would have two birth certificates, probably. Huh?
Yeah, it's just I feel so bad for those people because honestly, like, yes, most of them seem to like have made a good life for themselves, and they seem when you see them on TV or any interview, they seem like they're upbeat. But then why wouldn't you be? You're on TV, on 60 Minutes or something, so you're getting interviewed. So it's like a big deal.
You also don't know anything else. I mean, like, that's your life. So I hand it to those people for looking on the brighter side and just kind of accepting their fate and trying to make the best of it because we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, at least they kind of have a friend with them at all times,
Absolutely.
I always wonder this, too, about conjoined twins. If one of them dies, does the other one die? Or do they have long lifespans?
Wow, that's a dark question. Because if one dies, I think the other one would have to put itself down. Because you can't be dragging around a corpse.
No, not put themselves down.
I mean, like, really, if you're dragging a corpse everywhere, you can't do that.
No. What I meant is like because I guess it depends on what organs, if they share any organs and stuff like that. Because if you're conjoined at the head and the only reason you don't disconnect is because one or the other would die, maybe they could just disconnect and live the rest of their life without their twin. But then they'd probably be sad because now they don't have their twin with them anymore.
Right.
I try to think of the range of emotions, Eddie.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Did you know chia seeds can absorb up to 27 times their weight in water? And it's led to the hospitalization of at least one person. I knew chia seeds were good because that's part of the reason, like, you eat chia seeds on stuff is to, help you with water weight and stuff like that. But you eat them sparingly. You don't have. I don't eat a whole jar, and like I'm not even looking for chia seeds. They're just the texture is supposed to be good for you. Like it's supposed to help your digestion. So that's why I eat them.
Right.
But
I never eat those.
Oh, I just sprinkle them on. Sprinkle them on foods, things like that.
Yeah, no, I never think to do that.
What is your
chia seeds?
What is the go-to
I like
thing?
Almonds.
Yes, sliced
like
almonds,
roasted almond, not raw almonds, but taking the almonds and the raw almonds and putting them in the oven for like 15 minutes.
Nice.
That's all you have to do. Maybe you toss them in a little bit of olive oil. That's all you have to do, and then you throw that on top of your yogurt.
Oh yeah,
and it's
that
delicious.
sounds good.
Yeah,
I have my nutting jars. I have a jar of regular almonds and then a jar of sliced almonds. And I don't have time to gobble all my nuts every day. That's right. So I gotta seal them off in nutting jars. But I try pretty much every day. I put a sprinkle of almonds on either my oatmeal or my cottage cheese. Have you ever had a mouthful of hot nuts? It sounds like I need to be roasting them. It sounds delicious.
Yeah. So have you ever heated your nuts?
Yeah.
Have you ever heated your nuts?
Oh my God. Wait, is that a real thing or did you just say that?
No, that was a drop. Have you ever heated your nuts? Yeah.
Oh okay. Have you ever had a mouthful of hot nuts? Oh my God. This is what happens when Eddie has access to the drops, like all the drops of Mood Killer's history.
Right, I know.
All right, here's another one, Eddy. Most nuts come in a pouch.
Okay, go ahead. There's a lot of nut drops.
Yeah. just type in nuts. There's like 75 nut drops.
Right. That's right.
Now, you probably did this. Not many people were going into the office during the pandemic in 2020, but 57 billion minutes of The Office were watched in 2020. That's a lot of
a lot of TV shows were getting rewatches. People just wanted comfort back then, but The Office was huge. Yeah.
Was The Office still on Netflix at that time? I think they switched to Peacock.
Oh,
And then
were
that's
they over
last,
there on the cock? As
That's the last time I watched them when they were on Netflix. I don't really use Peacock because I get it for free, but but the way I get it for free is through my internet, and the internet company doesn't allow me to upgrade to no ads. So I don't do it. I don't look at Peacock that much. Should I?
Yeah.
Am I missing anything on Peacock?
No, I don't have it. That's
okay.
the one. I refuse to get Peacock. I'm not going to do it.
You refuse.
I refuse.
You're like, nope, I'm not doing it. But yeah, if
I won't do it.
If I had to pay for it, I definitely wouldn't. But since I get it for free with ads.
Speaking of The Office and Peacock, did you watch The Paper, the spinoff?
Yeah. I was going to say,
good?
I watched it. It was fine, but I kind of like got bored and stopped watching it. You know, like.
So how is it a spinoff exactly? So
I think.
So they have like Oscar, but that's it. Right?
I think that's it. I think it's just Oscar. and then occasional, I think maybe, but I think reoccurring characters come on. Okay. But for the most part, Oscar's in there. And I don't
old Office characters will make appearance.
I can't remember now. It has been a while since I watched that show. And I only watched like 4 episodes, I think. So, but I actually did like it, but it was like one of those shows where it's like, okay, another show, great. You know, it wasn't like anything spectacular that I had to make sure like The Pit. I'm obsessed with The Pit. Yeah. Every like tonight when we record these shows on a record time is on a Thursday, and right after that, I'm making dinner and watching The Pit. That's my routine.
You can't watch The Pit while you eat dinner. That's like a little too much.
Yeah,
that show gets a little graphic.
Well, because I'm fine with that, but like I just like to really focus on what's going on, and I'm afraid like if I'm making dinner or working on something, I'll miss a scene, you know. So I really like to just eyeball the entire thing, but I wasn't like that with The Paper, you know. And then I'll immediately turn around and watch. I'll immediately turn around and watch reruns of ER. It's the same, you know, producers and stuff as The Pit.
Is it? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, they have the same doctor.
Noah Wiley. Yeah.
Yeah. Same character, right?
Yeah, I want you to get into it because I think you might like it.
Well, I've watched the 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You couldn't get into it.
No, I liked it. I just, there's like a lot of TV to watch, I guess. I keep forgetting about
There's way too much TV.
Yeah.
TV, calm down. We don't have enough time.
Stop it.
Red carpet chaos, cameras flash bright. Celebrity news.
Yes, Mood Killer Celebrity News.
That always gets
Thank
me
you for
pumped
that,
up.
Mood Killer Singers.
I'm not even, you know, that tuned into what's happening in the celebrity. And that's what I get excited about.
I have no idea. This is where I learn. I learn with you. Yeah.
when you're reading the script that they've provided for us.
They did.
Yeah.
I told the producer to dig up some celebrity news about 15 minutes before we started the show. So,
and he did.
This is what we have. Yeah. Celine Dion is returning to the stage.
I saw that.
After battling stiff person syndrome.
Why were you laughing, Eddie? I mean, that's Celine Dion is a treasure.
She has a great voice. This is a major comeback after years away from touring, and fans are emotional.
I mean, do you know like that when her songs like they use them for sound on like TikTok or something, and it brings it back in a different way. And they've been doing that with some of her songs over the last few years. And it really makes you realize how incredible she is. And
so she had stiff person syndrome, or has, and so she can't move her limbs, which is ironic because her fans are now going to have to pay an arm and a leg to get into these shows.
Well, there you go.
You know.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So this is crazy. This one. What do you I think I kind of know what you'll think of this one, but Louis C.K. is getting a Netflix comedy special.
No, thanks.
Yeah. He's set to perform at Hollywood Bowl. They're going to do like a whole thing at Netflix Comedy Fest, and then they're going to put that up on, on Netflix.
The thing is, there's a talented guy for sure. One of the funnier guys out there. Absolutely. But the reason he got canceled was just. Like, it wasn't like, he was misunderstood or, they were lying. No, he admitted to it, and he might genuinely even be sorry, but what a creep. Like,
I can't, for whatever reason, this particular offense, him, we all know what he did, but like, I just can't look at him the same way. I'm kind of creeped out by him. And I know that he's remorseful. He's apologized, even put out a whole special where he kind of half-assed apologized. And I think the background said sorry the whole time or something. And I don't know. I think I just felt so let down by him. Because at one point, this guy was at the top. He thought like he was reinventing comedy. His show Louis was amazing. And I think everybody loved the hell out of Louis C.K. Then he disappointed me on such a level that I can't even look at him anymore.
And yet, why do we put people on these pedestals so much that they can let us down? Like but he's so funny, and that's what
he came across as, like this genuine, lovable loser.
Right.
So you wanted to root for him because he was like the underdog. But then you find out that he was using his power. That was obvious now looking back that he was wielding rather. But at the time, you'd see him as like this lovable. Just kind of, loser. And I think that whole facade was smashed. And now I just see him for who he really is. And it's not good.
Yeah. And you want to think, well, somebody learned a lesson. They changed. And most of the time, given the opportunity again, they make similar mistakes or even worse mistakes. And it's hard because, we love Dave Grohl. And, the people what I love in the comments of these sections is like, they'll say, it's his own private business. Like, well, he told us what he did. So did Louis C.K. And we found out. Wasn't like, people protecting people for doing bad things is really ridiculous to me. Like, but Dave Grohl cheated on his family, basically, and has a kid out of wedlock. I mean, I don't really care about all that. It's just that, Dave Grohl kind of went around being like this saint almost. Like, he's so great and he's wonderful. But the one thing I always noticed, and he would do this and I would kind of let it slide, but he would always say disparaging or weird remarks about Taylor Swift. And I was like, even at the Grammys back in the day, like in the 50th, way back to the 50th anniversary of the Grammys.
What did he say? I don't remember that.
He would just say, like, make fun of her because she would act excited about winning stuff. Meanwhile, she was 19 at this time, like when he was saying this stuff. And so
that whole attitude of being anti-pop when he was in Nirvana and when that band was just starting to get their feet wet and creating a moment, that would have been an okay time to be like against pop stars, but at this point, the guy has sold millions of records. He's filthy rich. He has 2 successful bands. He should be elevating other artists.
I think the days of like putting down people that are in the same industry as you is bad. I don't like all radio people, but I'm not going to sit here on Mood Killers and talk bad about them.
Yeah, I'll do it off of Mood Killers.
Yeah, you and I will have our own conversation. Like a private one.
In WhatsApp in an encrypted text. Nobody can see it.
In a group chat. But Louis C.K., like, I don't know what I want from him. I just don't really think that he should be able to be on Netflix again.
He has a right to do whatever the hell he's doing, I guess. And my gut reaction is just go away. And I know people will be like, oh, well, you don't have to watch his stand-up. And I know I don't, but I'm going to see his stupid face on my Netflix now.
Right.
Like, I just don't want to see his face.
Yeah,
I'm tired of him.
I think about the people that he lorded this kind of weird behavior over, and I think what it must be like for them to have to keep seeing his ass,
Yeah, the guy's made millions of dollars. Why can't he just go away?
Yeah, just go live in
but no, you got to keep talking to that dumb microphone.
Yeah, I think it's, we're both saying that as we do a podcast. like we can't go away either, Eddie, for some reason. But we didn't use our power to be, incredibly creepy with anybody.
But we don't have any power, so we weren't given the opportunity.
We never have to worry about it.
Yeah,
we might be creeps, but we don't have any power, so it's okay.
Exactly. So we can't do anything about it.
Right.
Speaking of Netflix, they just raised their prices again. $20 a month, ad free now.
Ad free? Does anybody? I've never seen an ad on Netflix. What is that like?
I don't know.
Because I've always, I guess, had that 4K plan, and so I went right from the mail, because I had the mail version when they would mail you the CD or the DVD.
Right.
And then it went to digital. And I always had like whatever the best one was.
Right.
So now what is that? It's like $30 now?
Yeah. I mean, like, how much more can they go up? It's just like prices of everything keep going up and up and up. And, viewers are encouraged, of course, to rotate subscriptions. That's one way that you can, cut down on these costs a little bit. We've talked about that on this show.
I don't like this thing that Ted Sarandos, I think, has an involvement with that Netflix does. And you probably have noticed this too.
Yeah.
On these limited series, like one of the top limited series right now is Something Bad's Gonna Happen, or Something Bad Will Happen. And it's a creepy show. And it was really good. Honestly, but it shouldn't have been an 8-hour-long series. It should have been an 1.5-hour movie.
What did Sarandos do about? What's his involvement?
What happens with these Netflix shows? And I have a feeling that it's has some direction from him. I'm just blaming him because he's in charge.
I like to. What I don't like about Ted Sarandos is he's clearly bought his way into Hollywood, because all these all these famous people love to hang out with him.
Oh, yeah.
Because he awards like Adam Sandler $50 million a year.
Right.
The next after that, he's giving Chris Rock $20 million. Then
like everybody
Chappelle
works for him now.
Yeah, so everybody's like, "Oh, I love Ted Sarandos." Of course, you love him. He gives you millions and millions of dollars.
Like if you were getting $50 million from someone, you would be loving him too.
And you can tell, like, in these conversations that Ted Sarandos is being invited to, like, all these weird things. Like, he's being invited over for Passover dinner at the Sandlers. And, like, they're making him part of the family.
Right.
And it's just a little too much.
Well,
I've had it with Ted Sarandos. I'm going to say Ted Sarandos can go straight to hell. I know there goes our Netflix deal, but I'm saying it.
Well, and what I was going to say about this series is it has like 5 episodes in there of the 8 that were just like stalling. Like it would just go over the same storyline. like the couple would be arguing about something and then they would decide nothing. Like one would go, "Hey, we need to do this." "No, we can't do this." "No, we can't do that. I can't do this anymore." "But what if you don't do this?" And then the other one would go, "You know what? You're right. Let's do it." And then the other one would go, "No, you're right. I can't do this." And they would just be like going back and forth of this can't, and nothing would be pushed forward. And it's clear that they're just stalling and making an extra episode because that's what was ordered by Netflix. Like, so they had a thin premise that was stretched over 8 episodes that probably should have been 3. And
Ted, get your act together.
That's right. Can you finally get it together for once? Eddie, I'm always looking on the internet. Now, you said you don't go on the internet anymore, and now you will look on TikTok. I know you do that, but you're not actively posting videos and stuff. You're just like a viewer of TikTok, right?
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm a viewer. Yeah, I demand other people entertain me. I refuse to work.
You don't want to? Yeah, exactly. Well, this is one that I think is a really good. I think I'm going to start playing this to myself every night because when you stay up late, sometimes you tend to like order food that you don't need.
Yeah.
And this is a really, I think everyone should just utilize this audio to, curb their habits, I guess.
And before your bitch ass submit that payment on DoorDash, go look at your f***ing back. Now, after you look at your back, ask yourself, does that back deserve a DoorDash order? Or do you need to take your whole ass to sleep? I think we both know the answer. You wouldn't be hungry if you took your ass to bed at a decent time. Now drink some water, take your electrolytes, and go the to bed.
All right. Okay, fine. I don't really have the same. I don't really have the late night snacking problem as much, but I can understand it. You know. Fine.
Yeah. I don't get it too often. It's pretty rare, but it does happen. Like it'll be like 11 o'clock or something on a Friday, and I'm like, I'm still awake. How about some McDonald's?
Yeah,
which is terrible. Yeah. It's terrible, but that doesn't happen very often.
Does McDonald's still have breakfast 24/7, or is that a thing of the past?
I think they got rid of that. Yeah,
that was the best thing ever. I remember one time in Chicago, I was out with some buddies, and they just had implemented that 24/7 breakfast. And I went to a drive-through I wasn't driving, somebody else was.
Yeah.
And we got like a big bag of breakfast sandwiches. It was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't just let people just make the breakfast sandwiches 24/7. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know why they stopped that with COVID, I think, around there somewhere.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. They should bring it back though.
Yeah.
Here's another one, Eddie. Maybe you can tell me what you think this is, because I still don't know.
Just email me your email saying you want my address, and I will send you anything. Just mail me $1,000 for the hotel idea, $50 for the shirt idea, and I will give it to you.
What is she talking about? I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, I will email.
Just email me your email saying you want my address, and I will send you anything. Just
okay.
So wait,
so I email her my email,
right?
And then I say I want your address. So, okay,
and then
she'll send me something.
Your email saying you want my address, and I will send you anything. Just mail me $1,000 for the hotel idea, $50 for the shirt idea, and I will give it to you.
I have no context. So what the hotel?
I email her my email saying that I want her address so that she can send me something. But there's a part there where she doesn't have my address.
Yeah, like, so how does she know? Like, so then does she ask for your email address? And then
it's very unclear.
But why would you have to send her your email? Isn't an email sending your address?
I feel like this is what it's like dealing with Spectrum Internet when you're trying to return your router.
Just email me your email saying you want my address, and I will send you anything.
All right.
Anything. Okay.
Eddie, we were talking about late night hunger and desire.
Yes.
Maybe this is the resolution for that.
From the folks who brought hearty suppers to your table comes the boldest, messiest idea yet. It's new Sloppy Holes, bagel-shaped Sloppy Joes packed with saucy beef. Slide one into the microwave for 86 minutes and stand back. When the countdown hits 0, this thing doesn't just cook, it erupts. Red hot, beefy, sometimes a little wild, but always ready to eat.
I don't know what that is. Sloppy Holes.
Sloppy Holes.
Yeah. Now, here's another one. I ran into another weird video. This is on Instagram, I believe. And I think it's like a mixture of Facebook Marketplace on Instagram, but I'm not sure.
Hello, everyone. We have this solid wooden cabinet for a microwave. It comes with one drawer, and down at the bottom, there's storage, and I will show you that. But this is solid wooden. There is nothing wrong with it at all. This is the drawer. You can see this is very clean. There is nothing wrong with it. And there's lots of space down here. That's very clean. And this microwave stand comes with a microwave. It is a Kenmore, and it is like new. I'm going to open this up and show you. Very clean on the inside. Nothing wrong with it at all. It works. We will plug it in and show it to you that it works. But we are going to be posting this on the marketplace. Thought we'd come on and let y'all see it.
I don't.
Okay.
So it's a wooden. It's solid wooden, is what she said.
Yeah.
It's not a
solid
thing. That's not a
wooden. It was a microwave. A solid
wooden isn't a
microwave.
word, is it? Wooden technically isn't a word. It's wood.
Okay.
Solid
Wooden.
wood.
Solid wooden.
Yeah. Like I don't think wooden. I don't know where you would even use that. Solid wooden. But
solid wooden.
But I'm being too critical. What I'm guess it's like it comes with a microwave. There's plenty of storage. It's clean. She said it's clean about 12 times, so maybe it's not clean.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
a little suspicious.
Like how many times do you have to tell us it's clean? But
right before I stop believing you.
That whole world of people will go on Facebook Marketplace and they'll actually buy stuff. And they even suggest it on TikTok sometimes. I got this really great find on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, and you didn't get murdered, so congratulations. To me, Facebook Marketplace is like Craigslist, right? That's basically what it is.
Yeah, it's the new Craigslist. It took over that space. So you go on there and you can get all sorts of things.
And Craigslist still does exist, though, right?
I believe so. I just don't think it's as popular as it used to be. Now you go on to Facebook Marketplace and you can get all sorts of weird things. Like
all Craigslist needed to do, is figure out a way to ship some of this stuff, and that would have, or like created like a warehouse, something, because that would have, if you had meeting places in different cities that were specific, like Craigslist said, these are places where you can meet up in these towns, that would probably solve half of the murders. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Right.
But I think that's why, it kind of faded away because, people were
of
getting
all the murders.
Yeah. I don't know how many, but
must have been a lot though.
Now,
because it kind of became synonymous with murders.
Now, I can't remember what this audio clip is, Eddie, so I'm just going to play it. Let's see.
What, in Japanese?
Okay. This is Liza Minnelli, and I don't know what she's introducing. She's doing a documentary or something. She's 80, and I don't think she can walk anymore. She was known for dancing and singing and stuff like that, and she just launches into song.
What, in
documentary. No, gather around, everyone. I'm making a documentary.
Oh, just like that?
Yeah.
Action. Gather around, we're making a documentary, okay? Gather around, I got a story to tell about a Manhattan lady that I know very well. She lives at 5 Riverside. Her name is Shirley DeVore, and she traveled around the world to meet the guy next door.
I don't know. It just seems like I'm glad she's still alive because I like her pizzazz, whatever that is, whatever's going on there. I like it.
That seems like she grew up in a privileged household and she never really had to have much responsibility, so she's able to be free her whole life, and she's just kind of a unique individual.
And when her mom was Judy Garland, and her mom was drugs out of her mind and that kind of stuff. So
I love her in Arrested Development.
Oh yeah, that's right, Arrested Development. She's on. I forgot about that. Yeah. She is really good on that show. She's really good. Now here's one more before we go, Eddie. Let's see.
You had me buzzing, yeah, you're like.
No, that's not the one. I'll do that another time. This one right here.
For me specifically, being that I'm prepping for a colonoscopy for tomorrow, and I can't flush my toilets. So yeah.
Oh no.
This is real bad for me.
I like that she's flush my toilets.
Flush.
But yeah, it reminded me of the time when I tried to install my own bidet during the pandemic, and I broke the water line on my toilet, and I couldn't flush my toilets, and I had to go a day before maintenance could fix it, and I had to use the toilet downstairs in the basement. So anytime in the middle of the night, I'd have to get up, put on pants, and get on the elevator and go down to the basement of my building to use the toilet.
Oh, wow.
That was not good. And I said to myself,
I'll never do this again.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's why I haven't. I want to reinstall a new bidet, but I'm afraid.
Yeah, I know.
But Anyway, that's the audio from this week from Keep Scrolling, Eddie. And before we go,
thank you.
We do have one more. This is your dollop of the week, your dollop of joy.
Did you go and have Chinese food without me?
No, why would I do that?
Did you have Chinese food without me?
I've been right here.
How could you do this to me?
That's how things happen in relationships, right? You can't
have Chinese food without.
If you plan a show, like if you're supposed to watch The Pit with your significant other, you better not watch the episode before them.
Yeah,
you know that's not okay.
Or Walker, Texas Ranger.
yes,
that's right.
But, in the eyes of a ranger.
Well, thank you, Eddie, for being part of this nonsense again this week, and we'll be back again very soon.
What if I was a tortilla?
Little baby Plotchkins made his mark all over the plane. Who's going to clean that up?
Give it up for Adobe, everybody.